This is problem 141 from your trigonometry packet. In this problem it says find sine theta over 2, cosine theta over 2, and tangent theta over 2. And they give you some information. They say cosecant theta is 17 over 15, and theta is between 90 and 180. So first of all, when we look at the formulas for sine, the half angle formulas, we need to figure out what cosine is. So to figure out what cosine is, we're going to start with cosecant and say that cosecant is really just sine theta equals 15 over 17. Well, we're in quadrant 2, so I'm going to draw a quadrant 2 triangle. I'm going to label theta, and this would be 15 over 17. So then I'm going to go ahead and do the Pythagorean theorem to find the other side. That'd be 17 squared minus 15 squared equals a squared. So I have the square root of 17 squared minus 15 squared is a, which is going to equal 8. So this is 8. But it's negative 8 because we're in quadrant 2. So cosine theta is negative 8 over 17. Now I'm ready to go ahead and use the half angle formulas, but before I do that, I need to figure out what quadrant am I in for the half angle. So I start with 90 degrees, less than theta, less than 180 degrees. And if I divide theta by 2 for each of these, that tells me the quadrant that I'll be in, which is 45 degrees, less than theta over 2, less than 90 degrees. Well, this is quad 1. So that means our half angle formulas need to be in quadrant 1, which means that we have sine being positive, cosine being positive, so we can say sine theta over 2 positive, and cosine theta over 2 is positive, which means tangent theta over 2 is also positive. So let's go ahead and evaluate these. I'm going to slide up just a little bit. So we've got sine theta over 2 is equal to root 1 minus negative 8 over 17 over 2, which is going to equal root. Let's plug that in the calculator. So we get 1 basically plus 8 over 17. And we divide that by 2, and we get 25 over 34. So it gives me root 25 over 34, which is equal to, this would be 9 over root 34. Now I'm going to do cosine of theta over 2, which is equal to root 1 plus cosine theta over 2, which is going to be root 1 minus 8 over 17, because I throw in that negative 8 over 17 for cosine. Let's go ahead and use that calculator again, and we have 1 minus 8 over 17. Divide that by 2, and I get root 9 over 34, which is equal to 3 over root 34 when you simplify. So now I need to find tan of theta over 2, which is equal to root 1 minus cosine theta over 1 plus cosine theta. So it's going to be root 1 minus negative 8 over 17, and then 1 minus 8 over 17 when I plug in the cosines. So let's go ahead and plug that in the calculator. I get 1 plus 1 plus 8 over 17. I'm going to divide that by 1 minus 8 over 17. And I end up with root 25 over 9, which is equal to 5 over 3. So those are the answers for sine theta over 2, cosine theta over 2, and tangent theta over 2.